Hi, and welcome to Get Me to New York vlog. I think it's 19. I've had to stop like 6 times because people keep walking by and their cars keep going loud, and it was prayers and everything like that. But anyway, for the 15 millionth time, here is the Arabian Gulf, here is the sunset, here is the towers. Yeah, okay, so very, very quickly, tonight is my last full night in Kuwait, so I'm going over to see a friend of mine tonight to get a bit of a catch up before I head to the UK. So I'm travelling to Glasgow on Saturday, and over the last couple of days we've been talking about travel related issues. So, well, relocation related issues more. So how to pick which market you want to go into, how to pick an emerging market over a mature market, how to make your decisions based on things like that. And I was really wanting to continue with that theme tonight. And we're going to be developing that more over the next few weeks. And what we're also doing as a business is we're having a more relocation and travel specific way of engaging with you weekly. Is that vague enough? Yeah, that's vague enough. So we'll be launching that next week. They've got a lot going on this week, so we'll leave it for now. But something interesting came up today that fits in with what we were talking about, but I wanted to really focus on it. And it was a clip that I saw on YouTube from Oprah Winfrey. One of my friends had reposted it, and it was just a clip from one of her shows. You know, she does like the Super Soul Sunday and everything like that. So it was a clip from that, and we're basically talking about how to know when what you're doing is the right thing, because people spend their lives worrying about making the wrong decision, and people will go, oh my god, I don't know whether to do that, I don't know whether to do this, so I'll just do nothing, and they lie in indecision. And this, when I saw it, which we'll talk about in a minute, it just worked very, very well with a vlog that I listened to, a podcast that I listened to the other day from Lewis Howes. And what Lewis Howes was talking about with a guy called Danny Miller was about writing your own story, and about how challenges and problems and issues were just really, really good story material rather than things to worry about. So when I was listening to Oprah today, what she was saying is, even if you do make the wrong decision, right? Even if you're supposed to go this way and you start going this way, life's always going to pull you back in the right direction. And I've got a business coach, she says this to me all the time. She says, you need to always remember that life is for you. Life wants you to succeed. Nobody wants you to fail. I mean, you know, like individuals maybe, but this game isn't rigged. It's not a big test at the end, you know, you're going to fail and you know, it's all to make you miserable. There's challenges in life, and the challenges are there so that you can really experience being happy, because when everything's handed to you and everything goes easy, it doesn't make you happy. And that is so true. And I hope one day to be able to tell you, when I'm standing here in front of you in Kuwait doing all these happy, cheery vlogs about how great it is and everything like that, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of challenges, there's a lot of things that aren't going right, but you don't want to hear me sitting in YouTube telling you about the things that aren't going right with things we're doing. You want to hear about its positivity and it's forcing you in the right track. But likewise, I'm a big believer, and I don't believe it's good to dwell on those things, because when you're going through something, you're going through it because you're meant for bigger things, and you're not ready for those bigger things right now, and you're not strong enough to cope with them, and you're not in the right position to cope with them, and I genuinely believe that's true. So when I, for example, decided I needed something different in my life, I just made this small decision of moving flat. That was it. This is where it all started from, a small decision of moving flat and moved to Glasgow. And moving out of a town to a city just opened my perspective just that wee bit more. Then I started going running in the mornings, again just a really small decision, and I used to listen to music when I ran. And then I decided that, and that opened my perspective because I began to believe I could do anything I wanted to do, because that voice in my head that said I couldn't run, well, I was beating it. I was like, yes I can, I'm running, and not only am I running but I'm enjoying it. And then instead of listening to music, I started listening to Tony Robbins and audiobooks and self-development when I was running, and that just blew my mind. That opened my perspective even more. This was all before Amy was even a dream. This was all before I even knew I wanted to quit my job. This was even before I'd applied for the promotions in my work that I've told you before that I applied for and I didn't get. So this was very, very, very early stages. Now, I could have did anything then. I could have just went and applied for another job. I could have got accepted for 3 of the jobs that I applied for out with Amy. And if I get accepted for those jobs, right, and I started off down this path, I still believe that I would have somehow ended up here. And by here, I don't mean geographically I would have ended up in Kuwait, although that may have occurred. What I mean by here is I would have still ended up at this stage where I'm really happy, I'm really content, I feel proud of myself, I feel as if I've achieved something, I feel like I'm in a good place, I feel like I'm doing some valuable work, I feel like I'm helping other people, and I feel as if I'm contributing to society. I would have always ended up here, because this is where I'm supposed to be. And all the challenges that are getting flung my way just now, and all the stuff that I'm going through, and all the shit that I'm dealing with, and that we're dealing with, and that's been flung at us, it's moulding us into something that's better. And we're coupling that with the fact that we're progressing and we're growing and we're excited and we're happy and we're working amazingly well as a team, and things are just going fantastic in the right direction. So this is going to make a great story one day, and I'm 100% convinced of that. And that's what keeps me getting up in the morning and going, I know I'm on the right track. So if you're not sure that the decision you're about to make is the right decision for you, just make a decision, and whatever happens, I 100% promise you it's going to steer you in at least the right direction of your goal, and it will steer you away from what you don't want to do. And that's the most important thing, because when you're steered away from what you don't want to do, it makes you then think very, very carefully about what you do want to do. Because when you're in the comfort zone and the safety net of where you live and you earn a regular income and you know your job and you like your colleagues and you watch your soaps and you go to bed at 10 and you wake up at 8 and blah 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 blah, and you're in the habit of that, just do anything that jolts you out of it. It doesn't matter what it is. Take up a hobby, take up tennis, go play football every weekend, whatever it is. Do something different out of your normal routine. I spoke to a fellow entrepreneur and property investor today, and he was telling me that he'd moved to Europe, and I was like, oh God, I didn't realise, when did you move? And he went, to be honest, I just needed to do something different from my usual routine. I just needed to get myself out of the way I was working. I was working was fine, he was making money and he was successful. He says, I wanted to achieve something different, so I had to do something different. And that is exactly what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you don't know for a fact that the thing you're going after is going to work out. It doesn't matter if you know you're ever going to make any money from it. And it doesn't even matter if you don't know if that's the thing that you ultimately want to do. Just do something and then adjust from there. So instead of going, get ready and then aim and then fire, go ready, fire, aim. So you're ready, fire, just go for it, and then see wherever that takes you to. Work out how far away from there it is you want to be for your next step. Not for 5 years from now, not for 10 years from now, just for the next step. What do you want to do next? And then if you work out what you want to do next enough times in a row, you're going to end up standing in Kuwait with the sun setting behind you, against the towers, doing your very own YouTube channel, encouraging other people to follow their dream. Or maybe you won't be doing particularly that, but I didn't expect to be doing this either. Good night, guys. I cannot wait to talk to you tomorrow, and have a lovely evening. Okay, take it easy, and whatever it is you're going to do, just go do it. Later, bye bye.